was a botched gangland shooting that shocked the nation. An innocent boy of 7 gunned down on the doorstep of his Salford home. Carney Thomason, 28, Aldair Warmington, 32, and Christopher Hall, 49, all of no fixed address, have all been found guilty of conspiracy to cause GBH and conspiracy to pervert the course of justice in their attempts to dump the getaway car. All 3 were cleared of conspiracy to commit murder. Lincoln Warmington, 32, of Somerville Road, Salford, Dominic Walton, 26, of no fixed address, and James Coward, 26, of no fixed address, have all been found guilty of conspiracy to pervert the course of justice in their attempts to dump the getaway car. John Thomason, 50, of Wakefield Crescent, Stockport, was cleared of conspiracy to murder, conspiracy to cause GBH with intent, and conspiracy to pervert the course of justice. An 8th man, John Kent, 54, of Culverwell Drive, Salford, has been found guilty of conspiracy to cause GBH with intent in connection with an earlier shooting, targeting a man called Jamie Rothwell, and of conspiracy to pervert the course of justice. A 9th man, Jacob Harrison, 26, of Sunderland House, Salford, admitted conspiracy to cause GBH with intent to Jamie Rothwell. The gang's reputation was fearsome, and they saw themselves as underworld Salford's glamour boys. Members of the A team were a familiar sight in Manchester's most trendy bars and restaurants, like San Carlo and neighborhood, as well as Puerto Banús on Spain's Costa del Sol, where they spent their ill-gotten gains on clubbing and cocktails. They were bonded by violence. Members were made to stab one another to prove their loyalty in an initiation ritual, but they ended up humiliated and all but defeated by the anti-A team, a smaller, smarter group of rivals who had once been friends, before ending up in the dock charged with a string of offences. Their undoing came after a terrible act of violence, the shooting of little Christian Hickey, an innocent boy of 7, and his mother Jane. It was the nadir of a tit-for-tat conflict that revealed just how out of control Salford's gangland had become. By the time police had disrupted both gangs with a string of arrests, the feud had not only changed Christian and Jane's lives forever, but it had left 2 men, Paul Massey and his pal John Kinsella, dead. Others were lucky to escape with their lives. With Paul Massey, the man known as Salford's Mr. Big, as their godfather, they were made up of some of the most infamous young villains in Greater Manchester's underworld. They were said to be led by Stephen Britton, who emerged from a jail sentence for a hit-and-run killing to form the gang, and looked to Massey as a mentor in life, and in crime. The Warmington twins were said to be high-ranking members of the gang, charming and charismatic playboys who partied with celebrities, and were suspected, but never convicted, of being professional gem thieves. Handy with their fists, the pair made a fortune selling cocaine and cannabis, and posed as one another to give police the runaround. Another alleged gang member, the Hickey trial heard, was Aaron Williams, who staged his own kidnap to escape from a prison van back in March 2009 before committing an armed robbery, 85 miles from Salford, while on the run. Now, the A-team's reputation is in tatters. First, a petty respect row dragged them into a tit-for-tat conflict in which their rivals had the upper hand. And then the investigation triggered by that conflict led to a trial which made them look like a bunch of bungling amateurs. Worst of all, they found themselves accused of involvement in a crime, the shooting of a mother and child, which all but the lowest of the criminal fraternity